So by now, you've definitely hit the social hook point, because the trick to finding the social hook point is finding common ground. So if you find common ground, pretty much what's gonna happen is you've hooked it socially. And what's interesting about that is oftentimes when you first approach a girl, it's kind of awkward because she's like, fuck, why is this guy talking to me? And you're kind of just like, shit, I gotta fucking hook it. So oftentimes what you're gonna do is you're just gonna talk until you hook the interaction. Now, there's this really interesting concept of talking your face away. Just talk your face away. So that way, hey, maybe you're not the most physically attractive guy. Maybe you're not the typical kind of guy she would go for. But because you just have endless conversation topics to talk about, you're gonna talk your fucking face away. You're gonna talk your face away. You're just gonna keep talking until literally she's not even thinking about, hey, who's this guy talking to me? She's not even thinking about, hey, do I even like this guy? She's gonna just engage in the conversation with you, and maybe you just eventually find common ground. And so what's gonna happen is you're gonna talk about fucking asparagus, and hey, she doesn't like to eat her vegetables. Then you're gonna talk about sailboats, and you know what? She's never even been on a boat before. But then you're gonna talk about, horticulture, and she doesn't want to talk about it either. Then you're gonna talk about, Jake Paul, the YouTuber, and she's gonna be like, oh yeah, I saw one of his recent YouTube videos. And you're gonna talk about that, and then you're gonna start talking about YouTubers. And then she's gonna start talking about, some other fucking YouTuber. She's gonna start talking about, some like cooking show on YouTube, and they're gonna be like, holy fuck, I've seen that cooking show. Then she's gonna start talking about food and her favorite food, which is fucking baked goods, and she has a baking business. And you're gonna say, holy fuck, that's amazing. My ex-girlfriend had a baking business. I think that's so amazing. You're a female entrepreneur. I love entrepreneurship. And she can say, oh my God, that's so cool. I love entrepreneurship too. And now you've hooked it socially because you've created pretty much social threads. You've created social threads. You've found ways to kind of, build upon what you're talking about. You found, objects of common interest. You found common ground, and you have found topics that you guys both have in common. And then you can do something called social threading, where essentially you can use that to, branch off to another thread. You can branch off to another conversation thread. You can branch off to another conversation thread. And you can kind of like use every single conversation thread to create virtually unlimited more conversation threads. So now what you want to do is you almost want to treat her like she's your best friend. You almost want to treat her like you've known her for years. You almost want to treat her like you literally have known her your entire fucking life, and you feel so fucking comfortable with her. Why? Because people feel what you feel. And she's going to feel the exact same fucking thing from you. And that way you're going to talk about whatever the fuck you want to talk about, bro. You're going to talk about whatever the fuck you want to talk about. And that way she's going to feel comfortable doing the exact same thing with you. And not only that, now you guys can actually have a social hooked interaction. Both of you will feel comfortable talking to each other. Now it doesn't feel like you're strangers anymore. It doesn't feel like you're a random guy who just approached her on the street. It feels like you're this cool fucking dude who's just talking to her and vibing with her. Awesome.